Hi everyone, Tiffany Tillman here with another Q&A Wednesday, a video feature at simplytiffanystudios.com dedicated to answering your digital scrapbooking questions. Today's video is sponsored by Scrapineers.com, which offers the best digital scrapbooking classes and tutorials that will help you connect your computer to your creativity. Whether it's digital crafting, blending, painting, or artistry, the Scrapineers make digital scrapbooking easy with amazing techniques tailored to your skill level. Stop by Scrapineers.com today and enroll into the self-paced Keeping It Real workshop provided by yours truly, which is absolutely free when you sign up for the Scrapineers newsletter. Scrapineers.com, connecting your computer to your creativity. Today's video is called Ephemera and Extractions Part 3. Let's quickly recap what you learned in the previous two parts. In Part 1, you learned how to photograph ephemera, the little doodads we scrapbookers love to collect, save, cherish, and display on our scrapbook pages. In Part 2, you learned how to extract a photographed ribbon using Adobe Photoshop and Photoshop Elements. We practiced extracting said ribbon using the Quick Selection tool, and then fine-tuned the edges of our extraction using the Eraser tool. And the process we used worked best for objects with a single colored background. Now in this final part, I'll show you how I like to source ephemera and my favorite designer tricks for making them look absolutely fabulous. Okay, let's do the darn thing already. You know, sometimes it's wonderful that you have little doodads and knickknacks at home that you can photograph, extract, and add to your digital projects. But what happens when you don't have the perfect item for your scrapbook page laying around the house? Or what happens when you're a busy mom of 3 and taking photos of little doohickeys just isn't plausible because life's always moving at the fastest pace possible? Well, you should do what I do. Don't worry about photographing or scanning said object. Hit the World Wide Web, search for a nice image of your doohickey, and then use that on your page instead. Okay, Tiff, that sounds easy. But how? Let me show you how I do that now. I begin with the Google. Simply plug in the name of the object you seek. In this case, I seek a Monopoly car. So let's see what pops up. Okay, there are lots of images of Monopoly cars that have filled my search screen. Now I need to locate the best image possible. The key here is that there are certain images that work better than others. There are certain characteristics that you should always look for because they'll help you extract your object better and in turn look amazing on your digital project. And those characteristics are a solid white or black or some single colored background whenever possible. As mentioned before, single colored backgrounds simply work best, and white or black backgrounds usually offer the best contrast from the foreground to the background, which helps the extraction go as smooth as butter. And honestly, you won't believe the amount of objects you'll find on the World Wide Web that already have a white or black background. In the design world, we call this an image that's in isolation. Second characteristic, look for large images, at least 600 pixels or more. That is because smaller images don't extract well and they look too small on your scrapbook page. You can easily modify your Google search parameters to only include large images too. Also, try to find objects that are in focus from end to end. Sometimes images have a shallow depth of field. Thus, a portion of the object might be blurry. Blurry objects make substandard extractions, so avoid blurry subjects at all costs. Finally, if the best image you find has a copyright, be sure to only use that doodad for personal use. Don't go extracting objects from someone else's copyrighted photo or proprietary product and start selling it. That's no bueno. Once you have the best candidate chosen, open and drag the image into a prepared 12 by 12, 300 pixel per inch workspace. Then you can see how small the image is compared to a scrapbook page. And if it's too small, search for a better image. Now extract the object from the image accordingly, using the techniques I shared in part 2. And after extracting, save your file, and then reduce the size of your object to better match the size of other embellishments and ephemera on your page. Your last step is to add a nice, realistic-looking drop shadow so the object no longer appears flat, but dimensional and weighted on your page. And notice that the pieces I've used are not ones you'd find in a typical digital kit. And that's a wrap. I so hope you enjoyed learning about ephemera and extractions in this 3-part series. I'd like to thank our sponsor, scrapandears.com, and until the next video lesson and do-it-yourself video technique, happy scrapbooking!